After scaling my own finance businesses to over $1.3 million per month and my own financial planning companies to over $500,000 per month, I can say that what I've seen is that there are three main metrics that you need to focus on week in, week out in order to continuously grow year on year. My name is James Lewis, CEO of Whitewater Investments and Biz Leads, and today we're going to cover the three main metrics within the sales funnel of how you can consistently just focus on these three main ones. And they're the ones that I've seen that are the worst in most businesses, and also then the easiest to actually focus on because they're easiest to actually productize and scale. So let's jump right in. So stopping tracking vanity metrics, okay? There's only three main metrics you need to think of. So these are the stages and how you set it out. Okay, sales one is not a list of metrics, it's a state-by-state machine. That's how you need to think of it and how you need to think of analytics. Okay, so we've got lead, we've got contact, how many people you contact, we've got how many people then become opportunities, how many people become applications, then get approved, settled, referral, etc. And if you're in life insurance or another industry, this would be SOAs for financial planning, same for life insurance. So when you think of this, okay, revenue is just simply literally moving leads through different stages. And the higher percentage you get them through at, the more profit you make, because the relative amount of money you make compared to your fixed expenses. That's why these stages are so important. Okay, so number one, lead to contact rate. So this is any person who answers the phone no matter what they actually say. Okay, the first thing is the most important because it actually determines how much throughput you're actually putting through. You've obviously got leads into it being contacted. So leads, that's just the total number of leads. We're not going to talk about that today. But then into contacted, so what rates should you actually have of people you speak to? So when you need to really start working on it is when it's below 70%. Acceptable ranges are 70 to 80%, where potentially other parts in your funnel need to be worked on. And then you really want to have it at kind of 80 to 90% or 85 to 90%. That's when you're at elite levels, okay? Any business can get this to 80%, okay? Any business. And literally this will be the fastest revenue lift that you have available by increasing contact rate. And then you move down. So you start at the start of the funnel and then you move down. No new ads, no new offers, nothing more required, just improve that. So how would I actually improve it? Here's one massive step that I don't see as many people as need to be doing it. So implement a 5-minute speed to lead standard. So the SOP and the SLA for your actual business needs to be calling leads within 5 minutes of opt-in within business hours. Obviously, assigning a dedicated person using automated triggers to instantly outreach with SMS, email, voicemail, etc. And I guarantee you, high conversion rates on contacted leads usually comes from speed. It's not skill, okay? That's the next step. So if your contact rate is under 70%, I guarantee you don't have a sales problem. You most likely have a lead handling problem. So go do the metrics for this, okay? And then implement this. And if you have issues with people calling leads within that period of time, you need to get timers that you attach to 5, 10, 30, 1 hour, and 3 hours, meaning at every time they haven't been contacted, the sales rep gets a notification or the broker gets a notification. Next is going to be contact to opportunity, okay? So this is qualification and intent. So the definition of an opportunity is someone who, based on what they've said, based on their self-proclaimment, they qualify against your minimum qualification criteria and they agree that they're interested in progressing potentially. So the biggest thing here with the conversion rates is a strong conversion rate is going to be 50 to 70%, okay? Weak conversion rate is going to be sub 50. So that's every person that picks up the phone. So let's say you get 100 leads, 80 of them become contacted, and then from 80, you're aiming for 40 of them basically to proceed at a minimum. And if it's below 40, you really need to basically work on this. So how do you work on it? So structured first call. This is going to be an example for finance. So on the first call, qualify on three things. What are the funds for? The use of the proceeds, how the business actually supports the repayments, so going over the rates, the cash flow, revenue, etc., and whether you have the documentation to move forward. So what do you need for their specific loan that they're actually inquiring for? Do you need BAS, do you need financials, etc.? And you go through section by section, and you actually have this structured. I know this seems super standard, but I promise you, if you don't have these structured very clearly at the very start, you won't be able to convert them into applications well enough, and that's what we're going to talk about next. It's how do you actually make sure the highest amount of contact leads turn into opportunities. The second way to improve it is increase your standard qualification. So go through every lead, find out all your averages of loans, of people who settle, of loan amounts, monthly revenue, everything like that, and then put that through here and make sure you're only getting leads that match that criteria of what you already know works and settles, okay? Now what's next? Opportunity application. So how do I increase my opportunities, how many people actually say yes. So we got 40 of them out of the 100 into applications. Okay. So remember, most of the time an application doesn't go through, it's because it stalls, not just because people don't want to do it. Okay. That's a big, big thing. So strong would be 50 to 75%. Weak is going to be below 50 once again. And again, this measures the percentage of qualified opportunities you take a real irreversible step forward. This is like, I class an application as kind of onboarding, like welcome to the company. Okay. And why does that matters? So this is where the intent of everything that you've done actually becomes action. And this is where most deals stall. Okay. And how do we fix this? Common reasons: there's no one call close, no over the phone applications being taken, and weak levels of authority and trust. So how do we actually improve that? So we take applications over the phone on the first call, don't send links and wait. Literally, I was having a conversation with someone the other day. I'm not saying this to call this person out, okay? They are an amazing business owner, but they do all their applications via they send out a link and they want to do the application, basically get that done, and then they call them. And I was like, no. Do not do that. Change this and do this. And basically, I gave them examples of a previous person we'd done this with, and it took them up, 3x. So they were having only 20% of people, I believe, who were becoming applications through an online process of every opportunity. We brought that to 61%. I remember specifically because I only had this conversation a few days ago. So I told this person to go and do this, and basically walk the client through the application while you have momentum and the trust, okay? One call closing with guided application, it eliminates the gap between them thinking they don't need the help, they don't know who you are, all these things. You're helping them and you're actually getting the authority from them, okay? As I said, most deals don't die, they stall. So what do then the downstream metrics come last, and why? You fix lead to contact, you fix contact to opportunity, and opportunity to application. I guarantee you these next levels will also improve dramatically, because they've shown you're basically the first impression that you've had on the business is enormous. Okay. So when you really dial in contact rate percentage, opportunity percentage, and opportunity application percentage, your application to approvals will increase, your approvals to settlement will increase, and then your settlements to referral will increase. Okay. So let's quickly recap on more ways that you can improve this. So lead, you need to basically be above 80% no matter what the business, okay? 5-minute speed to lead standard. Make sure this is the number one thing that you're ever doing. And then put timers among 5, 10, 30, 1 hour, and 3 hours as well. And then that's what you review on weekly, okay? Number 2, opportunity, contact to opportunity. Needing this at a minimum of 50 to 70%. If you don't have 50 to 70%, make sure you're running a structured first call, okay? Structured first call, because this actually gets out the information you need. You now know what qualification is. You've asked the questions. You know that they can actually be an opportunity. And then after that, what you want to move into for opportunities, you want to look at the front end, how the ads actually being displayed, what form filters are actually coming through. Okay, make sure those are right on what your best clients are for settlement. Okay, and finally, opportunity application at 50 to 75%. Okay, the biggest reason this break. Number 1, no one call closing, meaning people are trying to do it over multiple weeks and months. And no over the phone applications being done. You need to do them on the phone, and you obviously don't have weak authority and trust. This has helped, 1, through talking to the person, and 2, how many testimonies you have, all the other website things that you need to do that actually show that you've worked with people who are like them, you can solve the problem that they have, and that you've done this before. And take applications over the phone on the first call, as I was saying, with no one call closing, okay? Don't send links and just wait for them to complete it. It never works, okay? It never works at the level that you could be achieving just by implementing, doing the application over the phone. So let's say per person, you add an extra, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, to basically usually double or more the amount of throughput you have from opportunities to applications. It is so worth it, okay? So make sure these are the 3 metrics that you're looking at, and you are looking at weekly and monthly to improve inside of your business, okay? Huge things. As I said, most deals don't stall, they die. They don't die, they stall, sorry. And then all the other stages from there will improve, I can guarantee you, okay? So that's everything for today. 3 main metrics. Don't track anything else. Just focus on this for the sales side of the business, okay? Lead to contact, contact to opportunity, opportunity to application percentages. Thanks for watching, as always. And if you want more leads and sales that you can handle for your financial services company and any other company that you might own, leave a like, subscribe, comment, or reach out to me personally or my team. Apart from that, have an amazing day.